Now, R&B singer Bobby V, aka Bobby Valentino, aka Bobby Vaselino, real name Bobby Wilson, has allegedly been caught on video with a tranny. Now, there seems to be a lot of this tranny stuff in the news recently, and here is my opinion on transsexuals. Biologically, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. You can't change that. Now, if a man says he's a woman on the inside and gets surgery to look like a woman, he's still not a real woman. He's still a man. He's a mutilated man. Now, what does it even mean to say you're a woman on the inside? If you're a woman, if you're a man, you don't even know what it feels like to be a woman because you've never been a woman. So you can't really say you're a woman on the inside. Now, I don't want to make it sound like I'm transphobic because I really don't care that much. I really don't see trannies in real life. I walk down the street, I see men, I see women, I see children. Sometimes I see gay men in the downtown cosmopolitan kind of areas. Sometimes you have aggressive gay males, but I almost never see transsexuals. Trannies are concentrated in the sex trade. So if I wanted to see a tranny, I would have to go to some tranny prostitute stroll. And I don't know if there's a tranny hooker stroll in my city because I'm not really interested in that. But if there is, then that is where I would find them. But the point is, I really don't care about trannies. I don't see them much in real life. I don't think about them much. They may make up, they probably make up something like 0.0 something % of the population. But they're hyped up a lot in the media and sometimes in politics as well by both liberals and conservatives. So Bobby V, he got caught on camera, on video, literally with his pants down, running out of a tranny's apartment, or at least allegedly. Now, I saw the video. In the video, or at least one of the videos, you can't really see who the guy is. You see a person, a guy with his pants down trying to cover his face, but I couldn't really see his face properly. I couldn't see who it was. The video doesn't actually show him having sex, but that's implied from the fact that he had his pants down in an apartment. And the video I saw, or the first video I saw, you didn't see the tranny, but you can hear a tranny type voice, like a male type voice behind the camera, a male impersonating female kind of voice. I think people know how the tranny type people tend to sound. Another strange thing is the walls in the apartment or the hotel room are pink, which is kind of strange. I wonder if this is some kind of homosexual hotel with pink rooms. I don't know. Now, this video, I think it took place in Atlanta, so maybe people from there might recognize the location. I'm not sure. Now, there seems to have been another video from the same incident where you can actually see where the tranny shows his face on the video, and you get a better look at Bobby V's face, and then there seems to be pictures of the tranny with Bobby V. Now, here's my feeling on this situation. I really don't care. I know it's ironic for me to be talking about it but saying I don't care, but really I don't care. I was never a fan of Bobby V, not because I thought he was gay. I really had no idea about any of this tranny stuff or gay stuff. I really didn't know anything about him. I just wasn't impressed by his music. To me, his music was mediocre and forgettable. He had a song, Slow Down, which was a #1 hit, but to me that song was mediocre background music. Now you have rapper Lil Scrappy, who's also from Atlanta, and he's been implicated in this situation as well. They say that they say that Bobby V and Lil Scrappy were in a room full of trannies, and there's a video of that as well. There's a video with it looks like Bobby V is holding up a cell phone and recording a video of himself in a room with Lil Scrappy, and there's 3-4 people who appear to be females, but some people say those are trannies. You really can't, it's really difficult to tell from the video because it's not, the resolution of the video is not that good. You don't get a very good look at the people in the video, so I can't tell if those are real women or trannies or not. I mean, if there was a better video resolution, or the camera was focused more on them, I probably could be able to tell, but in that video is hard to tell. And I'm not sure why if a man likes to have sex with trannies, I'm not sure why he would put himself out there like that. Basically, Bobby V is the one recording in that video. Why would he record himself with a bunch of trannies if he wants to hide? If he likes to have sex with trannies and he wants to hide it, why would he record himself with trannies? That I don't know. That wouldn't make sense. But I don't know. Those are trannies. If the so-called women in those videos were in that video were trannies or not, I'm not sure. But basically, I don't care if Bobby V is gay or if he likes to have sex with trannies. I don't care if Lil Scrappy is gay or if Lil Scrappy likes to have sex with trannies. It doesn't affect me. Now, if they're fucking trannies now, if they're gay now, they've been gay. If Bobby V is fucking trannies now, knowingly and willingly seeking out and fucking trannies now, he's been doing it. There's a good chance that he didn't just start doing it when he was in his late 30s or mid to late 30s. Chances are he's been doing this for a long time. If Bobby V is fucking men now, chances are he's been doing it for a long time. Same goes for Lil Scrappy. So it doesn't affect me. It hasn't affected me before. So if Bobby V was fucking trannies, if he's fucking trannies now, I'm sure he was doing it before. If he's fucking tranny prostitutes now, he was probably doing it 10, 15 years ago. And it didn't affect me before. So why would I care now just because it has been exposed or just because there's a video from it? So for example, you have the guy Mr. C, the executive producer of the Ready to Die album by Notorious B.I.G. Now, I don't think a lot of people so Mr. C got caught a few years ago picking up a tranny prostitute. I think he got caught more than once. He got caught once, then he got caught. I think he got arrested, caught by police another time. So I'm sure he was doing that for a very long time as well. And he was the executive producer of the Ready to Die album, which a lot of people consider to be a classic by Notorious B.I.G. So I don't think a lot of people are going to. I don't think a lot of people throughout there burn their Ready to Die album just because Mr. C was caught hanging with tranny prostitutes. So the same thing goes for Bobby V and Lil Scrappy. I was never even a fan of those people. I never bought any of their records, so I don't really care. Now, both Bobby V and Lil Scrappy are from Atlanta, and Atlanta is one of the gayest cities in America. According to Wikipedia, ATL is the third most gayest city in the United States, based on the percentage of people who self-identify as being LGBTQ or whatever, gay or lesbian. So it's third after San Francisco and Seattle. They say that 12.8% of the population identifies as gay, lesbian, or bisexual. And ATL seems to be the national capital or the national headquarters of African American homosexuals. There are probably not as many black gays in San Francisco or Seattle. So the other two cities may be more for the white gay people or other races of gay people, but I think ATL is the gay black capital of the United States. And of course Atlanta has a high black population overall. It's about 54% black, but there's other major American cities with higher percentages of black people or around the same percentages of black people. You have places like Baltimore, Birmingham, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, New Orleans, Washington, D.C., although I guess Washington, D.C., the percentage of black people is not as high as it used to be, but they still have a large black population. St. Louis, Missouri, etc. Now, a lot of these cities all have either higher percentages of black people than Atlanta or around the same percentage, around maybe 50%. But you don't hear about all this gay stuff going on in places like Detroit or Baltimore. But gay black people, they flock to Atlanta. So Atlanta is probably the magnet for all the gay black people. some people say, you hear people saying that Atlanta is the black Mecca. I think it's the probably also the gay black Mecca. So I don't know why so many black people go to Atlanta. It could be, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly why, but you have a Eddie Long is another example of this. No, basically, I wouldn't say that a man is gay just because they're from Atlanta, because if someone was born in Atlanta, they didn't have a choice in that matter. But if they were born somewhere else and then they came to Atlanta on their own as a teenager, or if they came as an adult, then they're suspect. Now, Bobby V was supposedly born in Mississippi, then later moved to Atlanta. I'm not sure if he came as a little kid with his parents, or if he came when he was older as a teenager, as an adult. But if he came when he was older, that is kind of suspect, because I think, see, the thing with the gay people is gay people make up maybe 2% of the population according to CDC estimates. So if you have a small community, small towns, you don't have that many gay people around, and also they may be more conservative, socially conservative. So you tend to see, so basically men tend to gravitate towards what they're looking for, what they're attracted to, where they can find. Men tend to gravitate towards places where they can find sexual partners who, the type of partners that they're looking for. So that goes for gay men, heterosexuals, homosexuals, pedophiles, pederasts, whatever, any probably bestiality people, or necrophiliacs. Necrophiliacs will probably gravitate towards graveyards, and bestiality people will probably gravitate towards flocks of sheep or whatever. But you see this all the time with heterosexual men. You see them going to nightclubs, for example. That's why they let women in free in nightclubs, because they know if there's a lot of attractive women in a nightclub, men go to the nightclub and men will pay to get in the nightclub. They'll buy expensive drinks to impress the women, and that's how the nightclub makes money. That's why they let the pretty girls in free. That's why you always hear these advertisements for the nightclubs, ladies free before 11 or whatever. So anyway, and you have heterosexual men going to strip clubs, going to brothels, going to red light districts, going wherever there's women. You see the straight men flock there. Some of them go to foreign countries, go overseas to meet women. Wherever the women are, the heterosexual men flock there. Same thing goes for the homosexuals. So that's why you see all these gay males flocking to Atlanta, because that's where the gays are. They know there's other gays there, so they want to go there. If a gay male grows up in North Carolina or Mississippi or something, or Alabama, they're likely to flock to go to Atlanta, because that's where the gays are. Especially if they're a black male gay, they know there's black gays in Atlanta, if a gay male grows up in Salt City, Utah, they might go to San Francisco, because that's where the gays are. Or they may go to Seattle or Los Angeles or wherever. They're from Canada. The gay is from Windsor, Ontario, or Sudbury, Ontario. They may go to Toronto, because that's where the gays are. That's where the gays are concentrated. If they're from a small town in England, they may go to London, because that's where the gays are. So that's the way it works. Eddie Long is another one of these ones. And the same thing goes for pedophiles who they flock to where the children are. They want to work for orphanages, they want to start children's foundations, they want to be coaches or whatever. So Eddie Long is another example of a gay. He wasn't born in Atlanta. I think he was born in North Carolina, but he probably chose to base his mega church in Atlanta because it was a target-rich environment, a lot of gay people around. And you have some of these funny black males who are supposedly based in Atlanta. One of these guys found that Bobby B tranny a little too fast. That's a little suspect. But anyway, so my point is, I really don't care about this Bobby V guy. I don't care if he fucks trannies. It doesn't affect me. Has no effect on me. I think the media is kind of hypocritical, because they say trannies are real women. They say there's nothing wrong with being gay, and then this guy gets caught on video with a tranny and they're making fun of him or condemning him or whatever. So that's kind of hypocritical.